What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of the Budding Watch Enthusiast. Here on this channel, I review and discuss wristwatches from the perspective of a newer watch collector. So if you enjoy what you see here, please consider clicking the red subscribe button down below. So a couple weeks ago was what has become my favorite watch event to attend every year in this very short time that I've been doing this, and that is District Time down in Washington, D.C. Now, for my money, District Time is the best micro brand showcase to go to, even more than Wind Up, and I've been to both events. And the reason I like District Time a lot is just because it's, for me, it's easy to get to. Selfishly, it's easy to get to. But it's a smaller space with a little bit less foot traffic than you'll find at a Wind Up, which is the biggest, arguably, micro brand watch fair that there is. But I like that smaller crowd because you get a little bit more time to talk to the brand owners, to kind of pick their brains a little bit, to learn a lot more about their watches. And I gotta tell you, going to that event and talking to a lot of brand owners, micro brands are in a really good place right now, between established brands that are evolving and putting out lots of interesting new watches. And then you also have newer brands coming in and bringing some really exciting and really different design ideas to the marketplace. This year was a little bit more fun for me as well. I was doing a little bit more work than I had to do last year, doing some filming for Watch With Us, which you guys will see over on the Watch With Us channel soon, and actually doing some interviews with some of the brand owners that I'm going to talk about in this video today. And when that video does go up, I will link it in the description down below. I figured I'd do this video again this year, talk about some of my favorite brands that I saw at the event and some of the watches that they had. This is going to be in no particular order, but let's get started with the watch that's on my wrist. This kind of doubles as my wristwatch check for this video, and that is the Roebuck Watch Company Diviso. I'm not going to talk too much about Roebuck because if you guys watched my video last week, you saw me unbox this watch, and then there's a review coming very soon for the watch as well. So definitely, keep your eye out for that. But the Diviso, very interestingly designed watch, and I'll have a lot more to say about it later on. But in sticking with newer brands, definitely talk about Traska. Now, I've seen Traska's Freediver online before. That minty Freediver is definitely a very popular watch that gets shared around in micro brand circles, but they're a slightly newer brand. I think the Freediver just came out last year, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing that I'm very interested with Traska that's coming is their new Summiteer, a watch that is going to be going up, I think, on Kickstarter pretty soon. A very kind of no-nonsense, bare-bones field watch. Really cool-looking design. I'm happy that I finally got to see one of these in person at Wind Up. I know that before online, I was leaning towards the green Summiteer as far as my personal preference, but this black one with the really kind of glossy and steep pie pan dial design that it has was really impressive in person. I can't really even show you in pictures. And the new kind of design on the Freediver model that they're coming out with looks pretty cool as well. Keep an eye on Traska watches. Very cool watches from them. Another new brand at District Time was Artur Forge, a brand that I had never heard of before, and they brought their debut piece, the Rothrock, with them. I have a thing for field watches. I have a thing especially for very rugged-looking field watches, as you guys found out if you watched my review of the Boulder Expedition a couple weeks ago. And if you're looking for a rugged field watch, the Rothrock looks like it very much might fit the bill. What an interesting looking and feeling case, just a really heavy blasted finish. This also has some wood accents on the watch between the rotor and an inset that's inside of the crown. So very cool first impression of these Artur Forge watches, which I'll have more to say later because as of the recording of this video, I do believe that there is one on the way to me right now, which I will be reviewing here on the channel soon. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for that video coming down the pipe. Now, the brand that I was arguably most excited to see going to the event was Notice. I actually got to meet up with Weston Cullen at the Red Bar DC event the previous Thursday, and then got to talk to them again on Saturday at District Time. So yeah, obviously Notice this year, the big buzz for them at this show was the brand new Notice Duality, which I've mentioned briefly in the last live stream Q&A that I did here on the channel. Really impressive watch. Got to check it out in person. Just a very impressively designed and impressively finished watch, which I would completely come to expect from Notice. I also got to check out the new Sector field and dive watch that they have coming out soon, which I didn't take any pictures of because they haven't released anything publicly yet, but I know they're going to be releasing that one soon. And those look pretty cool as well. I'll have more thoughts on those once they actually release some of those images to the wild on their Instagram channel. But yeah, the Duality, for my money, and like I said, I hope to get one in for review from those guys soon, but just the brief interactions that I've gotten to have with it so far, it is definitely the best designed and best constructed watch currently in their lineup. And that's saying something considering how much I enjoy my Notice Avalon. Now, one of the coolest watches that I've ever seen in my entire life came from Gavox watches. Now, I've heard of Gavox before. John Keel's carried some of their watches on WatchGauge for quite some time. They have a pretty cool, like, pilot / dive watch in their lineup. But the Gavox Aurora is one of the coolest watches that I've ever seen, ever. Now, the Gavox Aurora is an amazing piece of watch design. This is a four-hand watch that can give you a ridiculous amount of information in just being able to switch functions that are on the watch. Obviously, you can tell time. You can also set it for UTC time as well. You can set it has a perpetual calendar on it. It has a moon phase on it. It has a chronograph. It has a countdown timer on it. And again, this is a four-hand watch. That's the only tools that it has aside from what's printed on the dial, but it's amazing. Now, a lot of people are going to write this watch off because it's a quartz watch. To which I say, of course it's a quartz watch. Like, if they made it a mechanical watch that had all of those different functionalities that you could just switch between, pushing a button on the crown, first of all, it would be made by Patek Philippe, and it would cost $300,000. And it would be completely unattainable by, I would imagine, the vast majority of people watching this video. It doesn't matter that it's quartz. It matters because it's just, again, a fantastic piece of design. They actually have a web app on Gavox's website that you can kind of play with this watch. You can play with the features of this watch to kind of check it out. It's something you have to experience in person, I would say. So I'll leave a link for that web app down below. Definitely give that a look. Gavox Aurora, super, super cool watch. And Gavox has a lot of really cool looking watches, quite frankly. And the last brand that I wanted to talk about is a brand that I've reviewed a watch from them over on Watch With Us. I think I talked about them at District Time, in my District Time video last year as well, and that is Collins Watch Company. And the watch that I wanted to talk about from them is their brand new dive watch that's coming out soon that I know is available for pre-order right now, and that is the Collins Sonar. This is a spectacular watch that just might be my most anticipated dive watch from any company that is going to be coming out soon. Collins is a company that has a very unique design language to them in the few watches that they've put out so far. And this one's kind of incredible because this is a watch that when you look at it, you can say, yeah, this is distinctly a Collins watch between like the Art Deco style fonts that they use and just kind of the way the watch is designed. But it is completely different from anything else in their catalog. And likewise, it's a watch that if you're looking for a kind of traditional looking dive watch, will definitely fit that bill for you, but it's different than any other traditional looking diver that you can find on the market today. Comes in a variety of different colors. Collins makes quality pieces for sure. Like I said, I've gotten to handle my fair share, including the Hyperion that I reviewed over on Watch With Us. This one is definitely worth keeping an eye on. I hope that I'm going to be able to see one in for review here at some point and get to check it out a little bit more, get some more hands-on time with it, because I was really blown away by the Collins Sonar. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys did attend District Time yourself, and I know a few of you did that watch these on a regular basis, let us know in the comments down below which watch brands really caught your eye, which watches you were most impressed with at the event. Hit the thumb down below if you guys liked this video, click the red subscribe button and the bell icon if you loved it, share it out on social media with other folks you think might be interested in it as well. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you the next time.